Looks like.
All right. All right. Otton, the outrageous orangutan. It's a good name for him.
Okay. We still have the scores from last heat up here on, usually would now be on the next heat of Kelly's.
I think they're still waiting for that last score of Luke Stedman.
Maybe we had a problem with, I can see they're fiddling with the program. The program portal, we had a problem.
So while we wait, we can tell you how Kelly and Kai got to where they're sitting now. The previous heat, K.Otton beat Phil McDonald, and Kelly Slater took down Renato Galvao. Kelly got a 14.5 in his heat, and Kai scored a 12. But Kai's been surfing really great throughout this event.
We got that score. It was a 5-2. That last of Luke Stedman's was a 5-2.
Oh.
We're well into the next heat, which is the one with Kelly Slater in red and K.Otton in yellow. Let's see. There will be a lot of mail for Kai. Earlier we had a lot of
Here's
supporters.
a paddle.
Yep, up and riding.
We're going to see K.Otton on his first wave of the heat. This is the type of surfing I've been talking about. Really solid. Smooth surfing. How's the tail throw? Riding up over the foam to get ahead of this section and into a cutback. He's not going to roll over and let Kelly Slater take this heat without a fight. Still going on the inside. What are we going to see on this end section? Oh, and a little air. What a way to start a heat.
That's good.
That's good. Let's see this.
We'll probably have a replay for this first wave, since Kelly is not going to get anything in the next half a minute or so.
Want to say hi to Carissa, Mick's girlfriend, and Liz, Mick's mom, who are watching the webcast, I'm sure. Surprised you guys aren't here on the beach, but I'm sure you're comfortable at home and tuned in.
Obrigado, migas. Mas homem tem que ir atrás, não?
Here's a replay of that first wave. Watch the variety of maneuvers once again. Solid first turn, up into the floater. Gets little tiny bit hesitated there. Still, then look at that next maneuver. Throws the tail out over the foam.
And Kelly's paddling for a right-hander. He's up and riding on the outside. Now you got it from the start. Big floater coming up. Yes, he comes around the next section, cuts back, lets the wave stand up, and
kicks out.
It was going to get a little too close there.
Kai's score is starting to come in, and I got to admit, I'm surprised by it.
Remember the size of the wave?
Yeah, all right. All right, there's something a little better. We're seeing the scores filter in one by one.
That's why they use 5 judges and not 1.
Right. Here's the oh, never mind. Okay, his score comes in at a 6.5.
And Kelly's will be a high 3, apparently.
It looks like the judges are going to make Kai work to take down the world number 2, as is often the case. The dark horse needs to really solidly beat the guy in the lead.
Here's the 3 of Kelly's. One strong maneuver there. Then this cutty, and after the cutty, he just sees there's no future in this wave and kicks out. That's worth 3 points. K.Otton's wave, you saw a 6.5. Surfers are back on the lineup without, at least Kelly's back on the lineup without using.
Sarah's saying the results live scores thing is not working. Well, if you're watching on go211.com, it may be that you just don't see it. Scroll down below the video. You may see it there. And if not, well, we'll definitely do our best to continually read you the scores so that you're up to date. Once again, like to thank go211.com, go211.com, for providing us with this English language webcast.
We've got some people complaining that the scores are not working again. Please, some more guys let us know to see if it's a problem from our side, so we can tell our technicians here. Thank you. Priority will be K.Otton's. I'm almost sure. Yesterday there was a situation where the 2 got towed out, but one of the jet skis went faster, and the head judge gave it, to the guy that got there second, but he had finished his wave first. So I don't know if it's Kelly's or Kai's priority at this stage. We have no access to the
a lot of
priority.
Of people in Webland agree with my critique of that score of K.Otton. Rob Machado, or someone masquerading as him, is online. He's saying, "Go Kelly." If it is you, Rob, we're surprised to not see you in the trials list at Pipe. Love to see you surf there. Me and all the people on Web World.
You can critique all you want, but it's still what's going to go down in history was what those 5 judges put down. And that's what counts.
Someone asking, what is GoTo11.com? I can tell you that, number 1, they are responsible for bringing you this webcast. And number 2, it's a site a little bit like the combination of MySpace and YouTube, but just for action sports. A lot of action sports videos and profiles by regular people as well as professionals. So go check it out. You can see my profile on there. If you're wondering who the heck is this girl you have to listen to, you can at least see what I look like and what I'm all about. Check it out.
Listen up, everybody. It looks like the scores are okay for most people. So those who are not getting scores, refresh your page, your whole page, by doing Control F5. Try that and then let us know if you still have trouble. Only 2 waves ridden in this 8th of final round, or round number 4 of the Hang Loose Santa Catarina Pro. And we have K.Otton on the 6.5 and Kelly Slater on the 3-point ride.
22 and a half or so minutes remaining. Heat has just begun. Once again, here is how important this heat is. If Kelly Slater loses this heat, he's out of the title race.
Considering that Mick is already in the quarterfinals. If all of them go into the quarterfinals, well, the race title goes on. But if Mick wins the final, goes to the final and wins it, then he's the world champion.
Right. Also, if Mick makes the semifinal, regardless of what Kelly does, even if Kelly wins the event, if Mick makes the semifinal, Kelly is out of the running.
Yeah. And then only Taj will be in the running in that instance.
In order for Taj to keep his world title hopes alive into Hawaii, he needs to place above Mick Fanning.
So by 4 o'clock this afternoon, we'll know if it's going to Hawaii or if it's going to be handed over here.
Kim, maybe the scores will come back. Be patient. There were slight dramas with the computer in between those 2 heats. It may be part of the reason.
Okay, Kim, I'm going to check with the rest of the crew here if there is any problem on our end of things.
Hey, Justin, just offering it up as a suggestion, not a requirement. And apologize for the consistent plugging of GoTo11.com, but if you are watching this webcast, you have them to thank. So it's our job to remind you of that.
That scores problem is being addressed, so please give us a couple of minutes and it should be okay. And Steve, GoTo11.com is the sponsor of this webcast, so
we have to plug it.
Period.
But it is a great site, so check it out. You're going to like that, aren't you?
Back to the action. Well, not much action. The 2 boys, you can see them on your screen, just sitting there.
Liam wants to know the local time. It's just after 9:40 in the morning in Brazil.
This is already the daylight savings time for Brazil. We are now at minus 2 hours from GMT. Minus 2 hours from GMT.
Here once again, you see a few more girls getting into the action. All of you guys out there, I'm sure you wish you were on the beach, but at least you can perv from home.
This is normal in Brazil. This is just
You
normal.
should have seen it 2 days ago, and the beach was packed with that.
This is just like the flowers on, in the gardens, they're there.
Hannah wants to see some hot boys, please. Well, the only ones I've noticed are the ones out in the water right now. If I spot any good ones, I'll yell to the cameraman to capture them. Here's the girls again, for those of you requesting them.
Oh, and Spider-Man is going for it.
Today he's Superman, though. Look, he's got a board full of photos. He's chatting up the ladies. Yeah. And they seem interested in what he has to say. All right, guys, wondering how you're going to talk to girls in G-strings? Get on your Superman suit and grab some crazy prop. That seems to be working.
He's 72 and he's doing fine, huh? Okay, set approaching. Let's see if someone's going to take this. We don't really know who has priority. We have no access to the priority discs or to the announcements of the beach commentators. And since Kelly went out, paddled back out by himself, we don't know if it's Kelly's or if it is Kai's. We'll be on standby. When somebody grabs a wave, we will find out. Just a reminder of what's been done today. Heat 1, Heitor Alves beat Mick Gamble. Then in Heat 2, Joel Parkinson beat Rodrigo Dornelis. On Heat 3, Neco Padarats beat Diane Eve. And in Heat 4, Mick Fanning beat Luke Stedman. Now we're in Heat 5 with Kelly Slater versus K.Otton.
Which means that we have some of the matchups for the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Quarterfinal 1 will be Heitor Alves against Joel Parkinson. Quarterfinal number 2 will be Neco Padarats versus Mick Fanning. And quarter 3 still to be decided. This heat is going to factor in.
Well, 17.5 minutes remaining. Only one wave each ridden. It is going slow, this one, compared to the rest of the heats that we had this morning.
All right, the boys are sitting out there patiently. We don't see a lot of discussion between them.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't have scores, you're not missing much, huh? There's a 6-5 under K.Otton's name, and there's a 3-point ride under Kelly Slater's.
All right, I really like Anton's comment. He's suggesting that Superman is selling cellulite cream and offering to rub it in. Although I didn't see too much cellulite on those girls, but it may be preventative measures. Better to prevent than to cure.
So, Brandon, once again, it is K.Otton with a 6-5 in the lead, with Kelly needing a 3.51.
Both of them only having ridden one wave each. We're down to 16.5 minutes remaining.
And pretty soon you'll get scores. They're working on it.
All right. I see a wave approaching. Yes, the guys are checking it out.
That first one goes unridden, but the second one I think is gonna have someone on it. Yeah, yeah. There's a paddle. There's a paddle.
It's looking like it's gonna be K.Otton.
Yeah, it's Kai.
Up on his backhand.
He fades a little bit, then goes right. Goes off the top once, now goes off the bottom and sees there's not much in that wave. He kicks out. So it is Kelly's priority now for sure, and it must have been K.Otton's, or else he wouldn't have gotten that one with Kelly next to him. So the principle of alternancy was observed by the head judge. Even though Kelly paddled himself back out there first, the priority went to the surfer who had the second to last wave.
Interesting. All right, Kai gets just a 1.5 for that wave. He's still in the lead. Kelly now needs a 5, which of course we all know is easily gettable by the man with 8 world titles.
A 5 is more or less a blink of the eye.
Right. Yeah. Still, though, it requires a wave.
That's the chimarrão, the tea that people in the south of Brazil, Uruguay, Argentina can't go without. Even if it's warm, they'll still have it. That's done with scalding water. Right.
They actually put the tea leaves in there, not in a bag or anything, and then that straw-type thing you saw, it has a filter on the end of it. Yeah. That's how they drink it. It's pretty good.
They take sips all morning long.
Right.
It's very good in when it's cold, and it does get cold in this part of the world in the winter. It's great skiing in Chile. And
we're hearing that the scores are back up.
All right,
thanks for letting us know. Perth wanting to know, did Mick win his heat? Yes, he did.
Yep.
We'll see him in the quarterfinals in quarter number 2 against Neko Patarats.
Hello to northern Spain in Galicia, Ferrol. We've got Ignacio watching. Thank you.
Anybody still having trouble with live scores, just refresh your page and they should pop up. Once again, for those of you who haven't gotten there yet, K.Otton is in the lead on a 6.5 and a 1.5. Kelly Slater only has a 3, so he needs a 5.01. But here we're going to see Kai once again.
Yep.
Kelly Slater had priorities, letting Kai go on this one.
Oh boy, we're high up and we lose him at the trough, and now here we go. After first off the top, the wave is racing and he makes it around that section. Then he cuts back. Now he's preparing for that last move. Does not come out.
Kelly Slater on the wave behind. Up into the lip, critical turn, around into the roundhouse cutback. He's waiting for this wave to wall up and let him really throw some maneuvers. He sees it's not going to do it, kicks out to try and get back in the lineup for priority.
So Kai will better a 1.5 somewhat.
I think Kelly might better a 3.
And well, he'll have anything to that 3 because at this stage he cannot replace anything. It's his second wave, so he'll just add up to that 3.
Still nothing really excellent yet in this heat. The waves just haven't allowed those phenomenal scores that we've seen in heats prior.
And the tide's coming in big time now.
Here's a replay of Kai's last wave. It's a little bit lumpy. He's got a pretty thick lip to work with. He does well to get his board up into it. Gets around this section. The wave kind of mushes out with the riptide running out as it is, and just can't hang on to that closeout section. But behind him, Kelly Slater.
Yes, Kelly going off the top once, picking up some momentum. Then he cuts back. He sees the wave to not steep enough in front of him. So with that cutback, he waits for the wave to do something, and then it's a huge section ahead. The TV doesn't catch it all, so he kicks out.
Somebody asking, did Rodrigo win his heat? Sorry, go ahead with the scores.
The scores is 3-6-7 for each, the same score for each. 3-6-7 for Kelly, 3-6-7 for K.Otton. Situation, first Kai in yellow, second Kelly in red. Kelly needs a 6.5 to lead. Time call, 11 minutes, 35 seconds. Kai still in the lead.
Even though they both got the same exact score, K.Otton increases his lead because he had a bigger score to start with. And someone asking about Rodrigo Dornelles. No, he was unable to beat Joel Parkinson, who's been pretty much on fire this entire event, earning the highest wave score of the event so far, a perfect 10 in the previous round. He didn't do too shabby in the heat we just saw as well. He had 3 scores over a 6.
So we got a lot of people saying that their scores are all right, but on the other hand, we have some people saying their scores are no good anyway. Just for, so to keep everybody happy, we'll keep on voicing them. As soon as we get them, we will voice them as if you were the surfers out in the water, okay?
Yep, Kelly is behind, but as we've seen in numerous heats, and I'm sure K.Otton knows, you can never count the man out. He has won 8 world titles, and there's a reason for that. He also, it seems like he likes to be the guy behind. He likes to come from behind. He does well under pressure. He wants to be challenged, so I think we may see a huge score from him in this heat.
Seeing a target is easier to aim at it than trying to run away from someone behind you.
Offense as opposed to defense. Brad from Jacksonville thinks Kelly should have floated that last section instead of pulling out. Well, I'm sure he knows what he's doing. And the floaters have been a little dangerous on that section. Have quite a few knee injuries right now. Not due to that section, but other floaters, as you see a few more local girls sunning themselves on the beach.
Yeah, it is the start of the season here. It gets here a little later than up in the Northeast, where it's been 40 degrees for the last few years. Just that never gets cold way up in Recife, that part of the country. Warm all year round. Here people were just longing for these first few days of sunny spring.
That's right. Yesterday was warm, but we only had the sun pop out a few
okay,
moments.
We have a rider.
Here we go.
In yellow.
K.Otton on his front side. It's going left. Big turn off the top into another one. Throwing a lot of water. Yeah. Using his rail well.
Ooh, again. And just stay with him. Stay with yellow because red's not taking the next one. And yes, it is a long one.
Right. He got most of his high-scoring waves in the previous round on those lefts. So I'm sure that it may have influenced his decision to try the left again. He only got a 3.67 on the wave that he took to the right and a 6.5 on his first wave, which was also a left. So we'll see what the judges think of that one. He's going to hop on the jet ski to zip right back out in the lineup. Oh, the jet ski rider helping him out with his surfboard.
Yeah, the wind factor.
A lot of people wondering about the jet ski.
7-6-7 for Kai. 7-6-7. Kelly comboed.
Kelly Slater is
very often.
comboed.
Kelly is comboed, and if he stays like that, this is the end of the race for Kelly.
I've got to admit, even though I definitely have high opinions of K.Otton surfing, I'm a little surprised.
Well, hey.
Here's a replay.
He's been working for this. He's been working. This is a 25-minute heat. He's got a 6.5 opener and a 7.67 in his last ride. He's been picking the right waves, and he's in the lead. It's up to Kelly to go after.
Oh, not at all doubting Kai's ability or performance, just that Kelly Slater is hasn't given us one of those scores that we expect from him. So I'm sure it's coming, but with 7.5 minutes remaining, he's starting to get low on time.
Yeah, you're right. 7 minutes, 20 seconds is not good news for Kelly being comboed by K.Otton. Yes, everybody out there in internet land, Kai is comboing Kelly.
Kai has a 7.67 and a 6.5. Kelly Slater sitting on just 2 waves, a 3.67 and a 3.
And he needs a 14.18. That means 2 sevens.
2 sevens, yeah. 2 7 plus.
Yep. And it's a question of opportunity, and we'll be waiting to see if that opportunity arises. He has priority, Kelly does.
All right, we got to take this opportunity, a little lull in the action, to thank go211.com for providing this webcast. It's go211.com. Check it out.
Jeez. Well, Kelly seems calm.
6.5 minutes remaining. I don't know how calm I would be if I was in that situation with my world title hopes on the line. If Kelly is not able to get out of combo land and take over the lead, he will be out of the race for the world title. How do you think Mick Fanning and Taj Burrow are feeling right now?
They're feeling like buying K.Otton the present.
I bet they're both a little bit nervous watching this. We see Kelly splashing a little bit of water here and there.
No, there's been some eye contact. I've been watching those two, and Kelly has priority. But he's playing it cool, like, no point in going and wiggling my ass if there's not a wave with potential for a high 7. And it's been a slow heat, really, huh? But the man in form, the man who was paying attention and was in sync with the ocean, you gotta say it, K.Otton.
Yep, you gotta respect him for not at all allowing Kelly to intimidate him. He's going full on.
So to James wondering at what time the final will be, we're on 25-minute heats. Maybe the semis will be 30 minutes. We are in heat 5 of round 4. Another 3 heats to go, then 4 quarterfinals, 2 semis, and then the final. You do the accounting. Should be over by 4 o'clock this afternoon. 4 o'clock local time.
There's a wave on the way. It's one of those that's swinging a little bit further towards the middle of the beach. We've seen some of those allow a few more maneuvers than some of the ones that head to the north. See if Kelly is going to pick off one of these waves.
Yeah, but then if they are too long, they don't have a clean inside.
That's true.
Let's see what happens. We have Kelly looking at this one. He's committed. He's got to go. Watch this. He fades. Bottom turns. That wave is not very steep. So he almost gets hung up on top. He does, actually, but comes back down. Beautiful bottom turn. Barrel time.
Pulls into the tube.
And he does come out wet.
Fights his way through I don't know if the judges are going to count.
No.
He
This is not going to do the
He does
trick.
keep riding, but as we saw, was it Luke Steadman? He had a more critical first turn into a slightly bigger tube that he fought through, and he only earned a 6 for it.
You
So.
see, at that position, the waves don't seem to wall up
You're
properly.
right. You're
it's like so flat of a face.
You're right. Well, the score's coming in for Kelly. It's not going to help him.
Not what he needed. This is going to be a 2.5 max.
Throwaway.
He needed a big 7. That's a throwaway. He still needs a combination of 2 waves.
Some people questioning the score for K.Otton. They had the opposite response, and they had to his first score. And somebody asked on another heat if the judges ever maybe overscore the guy a little bit on his second wave if they underscored him on his first wave. And we said, well, they're not supposed to be doing that, but it may be a subconscious response to feeling they gave the guy a little less than what he deserved.
It's a little more complicated than people think, you know. Sitting there, you know, heat in, heat out, and doing comparisons all the time. It's not an easy job. And it's not even a well-paid job.
No, these guys do it because they love it. They're not getting rich. All right, we see a set approaching. It might be one of those wash-through sets. We'll see if Kai's in position. He's heading in that direction, but I think he's going to duck dive this one.
He dove. And now Kelly's going to go on the rest of that wave. Check out Kelly.
Ooh.
What's going to happen here?
This is a wide one.
Yep.
He does a big
through that
tail huck. And another one in the whitewash. And he comes down, but not really.
Too messy, sorry. And anyway, that wave would allow for 3 maneuvers max at that stage there. He was still pedaling back into the takeoff area.
All right, an update on the scores in case you're not able to see them. K.Otton sitting in first with a commanding lead. He got a 6.5 on his first wave, backed it up with a 7.67 on his most recent wave, both on lefts. Kelly Slater, he's been going right. He scored a 3.67 and a 3.43. Obviously, in combo land, needs a 14.18.
And
so
since there are 2 minutes to go now, that's it. That's
you guys.
it. Kelly is out of the race.
Kelly's out of the race. Wow. I think Taj might be doing a little dance in the competitors area, and I'm sure Mick Fanning is not too bummed either. Kelly Slater fans, however.
Big Mr. T says Kelly will retire after this loss. No,
I don't know.
Nah, you'll be at pipe, making it tough on everybody, maybe winning it, who knows. So this one did not, a shocker definitely, when you look at Kelly Slater written up there and you look at the scores, 3.67, 2.5, 3.43. You know, you want to rub your eyes and see if it's for real.
There's another example of the beauties of Brazil. I can say one thing at this point. I will guarantee 100% that the world title this year will go to Australia. Congratulations,
yes.
Aussies. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Most of my friends are Australian, so even though I can't claim it for myself, I can relate. Here's K.Otton on his backhand. He's got to be feeling pretty good right now.
It makes that turn. That was a toughie. And this is, as you say, his winning lap, huh?
Yep.
Beauty,
Boom.
beauty. Let's hear some applause for this gentleman,
This
K.Otton,
is the way
making a service to his country.
That's it. That was the wave Kelly needed. He throws in the little claim. The Aussies are a little more subdued in their claiming than the Brazilians.
Yeah, they don't want to get mocked.
Right. So we saw, I think it was Mick Fanning a little earlier. He just threw down a little bit. You know, got to let out that that emotion.
So 2 persons racing for the title at this stage. And if the same thing happens to Taj, God forbid, well, then we have a world champion.
Right. Quite a few Australians cheering.
That's it.
You have every right to. You've waited 8 long years for a title, the last one being Aki in 1999. So, congratulations.
Still waiting on that last score of K.Otton's.
Throw that flag in the air.
Yeah. Good job by K.Otton. He did the underdog thing. He did his country a big service. Well, it was coming anyway. The way it was, the odds were too big for Mick. Now, Mick's still in contention with another Aussie. That's why we're saying it's going to go to Australia.
You doing this,
for
Christian?
sure.
So I just got done
Here's
with the kayak
a
demo.
I'm Holly Beck
little
for
example of what you can find on go211.com. Also responsible for this English
Heavy
webcast.
means scary,
Favorite,
chicks
check it out.
overweight.
Am I heavy?
Last score of K.Otton's was a 677 that did go into his
Wow.
top 2. So
right.
Kelly comboed by K.Otton. Kelly out of the race for 2007.
A convincing win for K.Otton, the rookie from Australia.
Well, let's watch these guys coming out of the water. It's going to be...
I predict that Kelly Slater will be mobbed by the fans, despite
Yeah,
the
still,
fact that
of
he's
course.
just lost this heat.
Now, you